Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, we are going to discuss today the next module of chemistry, class 12th, chapter solution. Okay, in the last topic we discussed about solubility, and today we will discuss about the factors which affect the solubility of a solution. Okay, so what are the factors which affect the solubility of the solution? Before starting that, we have to memorize once again the definition of the solubility. What was the definition of the solubility studied in the last lecture? It was the concentration of the solute into a saturated solution. Okay, concentration of solute into the saturated solution. So how this concentration is going to be affected by the different parameters, and what are these factors? And let's see what are these factors, out of which the first one is nature of solute and solvent. Second is temperature, and third is pressure. Okay, so how nature of solute and solvent is affecting the solubility of a solution. So nature of solute, for this you have to remember this statement, like dissolves like. Okay, it means polar solute can be dissolved into the polar solvent, and non-polar solute can be dissolved into the non-polar solvent. Okay, for example you can easily dissolve sugar and salt into the water, but you cannot dissolve grease or oil into the water. Okay, so polar solute can be dissolved into the polar solvent, and non-polar solute can be dissolved into the non-polar solvent. Okay, so remember this thing. Second, it was temperature. How temperature is affecting the solubility of a solute into the solution, and for this it is, if we consider dissolution is endothermic. If dissolution is endothermic process, we just considering it. Okay, we just consider it, dissolution is a endothermic process. May or may not be endothermic, it can be exothermic also, it can be endothermic also, depends upon the type of solute and solvent we are going to dissolve in each other. Okay, so if we consider dissolution is an endothermic process, that means delta H, change in enthalpy, it is greater than 0, it is a positive value, change in enthalpy is a positive value. So for this kind of solution, if you will increase the temperature, what will happen? On increasing temperature, solubility of solute will increase. Okay, increases. In opposite, if oppositely we say that dissolution is a kind of exothermic process. Okay, if we consider dissolution is an exothermic process. Okay, if we consider it, dissolution is an exothermic process, which means delta H is less than 0. That means change in enthalpy is a negative value. For such kind of solution, oppositely will happen. Okay, what was happening earlier? On increasing the temperature, solubility was increasing. Now on increasing the temperature, solubility will be decrease. Okay, So on increasing temperature, solubility will decrease. Okay, this is just our consideration. We are considering that dissolution if endothermic, if dissolution is an exothermic process. Okay, this will happen. Keep remember this thing. Okay, we will discuss it in the last by some examples. Okay, the second thing it is third factor, it was pressure. Okay, so how pressure is affecting the solubility? So for this we have to take two solutions. One is solid in liquid, another is gas in liquid. So in solid plus liquid solution, there it is no effect of pressure. No effect of pressure. Why there it is no effect of pressure? Because solid and liquid both are incompressible. Okay, and instead of taking solid plus liquid, if we are taking gas plus liquid, then if we are taking gas plus liquid, then solubility increases. Why solubility increases? According to Le Chatelier principle, equilibrium shifting toward that particular direction in which the effect of change in pressure can be decreased. So change in pressure can be decreased by increasing the solubility. Okay, so solubility increases as you increase the pressure or increasing pressure. Increasing pressure. So using this fact, Henry given a law that is called Henry's law, and according to this law, solubility of a gas in a liquid or solution is directly proportional to partial pressure of a gas over the surface of solution. Solubility of a gas in a liquid or a solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure over the surface of solution. Solubility we can consider in the terms of concentration, as we studied in the starting of this lecture. Solubility is the concentration, and concentration we can measure in the terms of mole fraction. So here we can write it as mole fraction of a gas in a liquid or a solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure over the surface of that solution. Okay, or we can write it as partial pressure of a gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to the mole fraction of gas, okay, in the solution. So this is the most popular statement of Henry. Nowadays we are writing this one statement, not this one statement. Okay, earlier it was, and now these days we are writing this statement. So according to this statement, partial pressure of a gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to the mole fraction of a gas in the solution. So partial pressure we can consider it as P and mole fraction by chi. So P is directly proportional to chi. Removing this proportionality sign, we get a constant KH x. What is KH? KH is actually called Henry's constant. Okay, and on what factors this Henry's constant depends upon? It depends upon nature of gas and another it is temperature. Okay, for the different kind of gases the value of KH will be different, and for the different temperature the value of KH will be different. Here we are going to learn about one fact. What is that fact? About temperature. N2 and O2, nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. Here we are going to learn about one fact. The value of KH for N2 and O2 increases with increase in temperature. Okay, then what will happen if the value of KH is being increasing? Okay, for nitrogen and oxygen gas we are increasing the temperature. If the temperature is increased, the value of KH is going to be increased. So how the value of KH is changing the solubility of a gas? We have written the expression P is equal to KH chi. So chi was the solubility, so chi is equal to P upon KH. That means more the value of KH, less will be the value of mole fraction. Yeah, less will be the solubility, we can consider it as, and less is the value of KH, more will be the solubility. Okay, solubility depending upon the value of KH, and here we have written the value of KH for nitrogen and oxygen is increasing with increase in temperature. If the value of KH is increasing the temperature, that means solubility is decreasing. So here one question it is, why aquatic animals are more comfortable in colder water than warmer water? So here we have one question, why aquatic animals are more comfortable in colder water than warmer water. Okay, what will be the reason of that? So I have already told you the value of KH increasing the temperature, and further if the value of KH is increasing, solubility is decreasing. That means on increasing the temperature, solubility of oxygen in the water is decreasing. Okay, so if solubility of water is decreasing, solubility of oxygen is decreasing in a water, so aquatic animals, aquatic species will be less comfortable. Okay, so that is why they are more comfortable in colder water than the warmer one. Okay, so this will be the correct answer of this particular question. Second question we have, I'm writing here the value, scuba diver. If we talking about scuba divers, they carry the oxygen cylinder which contains about 11.7% of helium gas, about 56.2% of nitrogen gas, rest 32.1% of oxygen gas. Okay, earlier it was nitrogen and oxygen only, now helium is also included in that. So why they are including helium? Let me tell you one thing. If a person is going underwater, the pressure on his body is getting increased. If the pressure on his body is getting increased, the solubility, definitely the solubility of oxygen and nitrogen will be increased in their body. Okay, if the solubility will be increased and the person came out from the water, he came out from the water, the pressure on his body is releases, and as the pressure releases, what happens then? You might have opened a bottle of cold drink. What happens when you are opening the bottle? It fills. The bubbles are coming out from the bottle. The same happens when a person came on the surface of water from the deep of ocean. Okay, what happens? That gas that was dissolved in his blood, that will come in the form of bubble. Okay, that will release in the form of bubble, and that bubbles will stuck in the blood vessels and stop the further flow of the blood, and this condition is called bends. Okay, so to prevent this condition of bends, what is added in that scuba diver cylinders? 11.7% helium. Why we are adding this one? Because at 293 Kelvin, helium's KH value is 144 kilobar, about 144.7 like. Okay, it is kilo in kilobar. So its value is very high, whereas of nitrogen, if we talk about at 293 Kelvin, it is 76 point something. Okay, kilobar. And of oxygen, it is 32 point something or 36 point something, 34 point something like. Okay, so at 293 Kelvin, which one of the gas will have more solubility? Obviously of oxygen, because its value of KH is very small. Then afterward nitrogen, and very less soluble will be helium. This is for helium, this is for nitrogen, and this is for oxygen. So value of KH for the helium, it is very high. That means helium is very less soluble into the blood. Okay, when it will be very less soluble into the blood, so it will not phase out when the pressure will be released. So to avoid the condition of bends, the scuba diver cylinder is carrying this percentage of nitrogen, helium and oxygen. Okay, one more example I am going to discuss here related to the Henry law, that is anoxia. Anoxia is a kind of condition which happens to the mountaineers. Okay, when a mountaineer go to the peak of mountain, what happens to them? Because at the height the concentration of oxygen is very less, so the dissolution of oxygen in the blood will also be very less. Okay, cells are not getting the proper amount of oxygen, so person becomes weak and his thinking ability is also becomes very less. So this particular symptomatic condition is called anoxia. Okay, so when the pressure is very less, solubility is very less. When the pressure is very high, the solubility of a gas is very high. Okay, this you have understood. This was the Henry law.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives.